All right, you guys ready? So these are we're going to be doing we're going to be doing radical expressions, but with exponents this time. Sorry, I couldn't even think of the word. So this is, oh, I don't think I want pink. Let's go with brown. Black, sorry. This is section 7.4, examples 1 through 3. And this is radicals with exponents. Yes. Yes, we have one more quiz and a test. We only have 3 more weeks of school. Boy, it's almost done. It's really only 2.5 weeks because that last week is finals. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know what happened. Shh. Shh. But we didn't get the Friday off before winter break this time. No, we have to go all the way through the Friday. But you guys don't come back till the Tuesday after New Year's, but still. Okay. Woo, that sounds like fun. Okay. All right. Shh. Now that you're awake, let's start. Shh. Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. So if I got the square root of, the cube root of 7, that is going to be what I'm going to call radical form. Radical form. I can also write that as 7 to the 1/3 power, and that's going to be my exponent form. So what's happening is I'm taking fractional exponents and I'm making them make sense. They actually are radicals. So, did you know that? No, you did not know that. I know you didn't know that. So if I have the 5th root of 2, I can rewrite that as 2 to the 1/5 power. If I have the 4th root of 7 to the 3rd power, follow the lecture, forget the food. Okay. Shh. This is 7. That 4th root becomes the denominator of the fraction. That 3rd power is the numerator. And if I have the square root of 8, all of that to the 3rd, let's see, let's get another number here, the 6th power, that is 8 to the, there's no little 2 here in the square root, but we knew that there should be, so I put a 2 in the bottom of the fraction, the denominator, and that 6th power, whether it's under the radical or outside the radical, still gets to be the numerator. Oh, and 8 to the 6 halves, how would you simplify that? Yeah, 8 to the 3rd. Okay, so with that, let's simplify some. Let's simplify with the exponents. Simplifying 16 to the 1/4. Well, that's the 4th root of 16 to the 1st power. Oh, is that some number? 2. 2 to the 4th power is 16. There we go. Let's try 2 to the 1/2 times 2 to the 1/2. That's the square root of 2 times the square root of 2, better known as better known as the square root of 4, better known as 2. There is another way I could have figured this out without putting this into square roots. The square root of, 2 to the 1/2 times 2 to the 1/2 is 2 to the 1/2 times 1/2 or plus 1/2? Plus. 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1, so that's 2 to the 1, also known as 2. So there's often many ways to get to these answers. And let's try this one. 2 to the 1/2 times 8 to the 1/2. Well, let me try it this way. There's a few ways I can get to this one. Square root of 2 times the square root of 8. Oh, I think this will go easiest to just do this with square roots. The square root of 2 times the square root of 8 is the square root of 2 times 8, which is the square root of 16. Oh, well, that was pretty simple. That came out to be 4. Okay, obviously we won't just be doing this with numbers. We'll be doing this with variables too. So we can go from exponential to radical or radical to exponential. So first we'll go exponential to radical. So I'm going to take y to the negative 3/8, and I want to write that in a radical. And first I got to figure out what that negative sign does. Well, that negative sign takes the reciprocal of y to the positive 3/8. So that's 1 over y to the positive 3/8. Now I've taken care of the negative sign. Now let me take care of the fractional exponent. So this is 1 over the 8 becomes the root. The 3 gets to be the exponent on the y. Or I can write this as 1 over the 8th root of y. That 3 can be under the radical or outside it. Doesn't matter. Values are the same. Yeah, either one of these, you can leave it in either one of those ways. They're both simplified. I just want it to become a radical in this case, so I just want to get rid of that fractional exponent. So that's all I have to do with it. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I deal with the negative sign first. I often do, unless there's some multiplications to do first. So in this one, there weren't any multiplications, and there wasn't any other simplifying with any other expressions here. So I dealt with the negative sign, and x to the negative 3 is 1 over x cubed. You know, that's the rule you gotta remember. X to the negative m is 1 over x to the m. That's the rule for the negatives. Yeah, and we'll do some where we're going to simplify things a little bit more, and it ends up getting a little easier to then get down to the radicals once you've simplified all of the fractions first. Okay, let's try. Oh, no, that's only for the negative. I was just dealing with the negative. So x to the 0.4. Oh, well, that's just x to the 4/10 is 0.4. I should simplify that fraction 4/10 to be what? Okay, now if I'm changing this to a radical, the 5 becomes the 5th root of x squared, or you can write this as the 5th root of x, all that quantity squared.